When you think of artists at the top, the stars, the icons, you see the lights, the stages, the milestone. But behind every artist, there's always a circle, right? A circle that can either expand your power or take you out, drain you completely. Amy Winehouse, for example, such a beautiful soul, and the music that literally cuts through your bones. But if you look around a circle, they were just not strong enough or even human enough to protect her. Avicii filled the stadium with sound that literally lifted millions. But behind the scene, he was suffocating in a system that couldn't hold himself. Kurt Cobain, one of the most unapologetic singers that I still look up to this day. But the pressure around him, the enablers, the noise, everything just drowned his truth to a point where he just couldn't handle it anymore. Your energy is your most valuable currency, right? So you need to be conscious and aware of who gets to be in your precious field. So I'm going to walk you through on 9 important metrics on how you can strengthen your support system. Stick to the very end. The ninth one is the most overlooked, and yeah, a lot of people say that it's not important, but I know it fucking is. Okay, I'm Charles. I'm an emotional strategy coach for public facing artists currently navigating through burnout, identity shifts, or emotional cost of visibility. So I help artists to regain emotional mastery, gain clarity of mind during high stakes situation, and build resilience so you can create from a place of alignment, not fear or burnout. So let's get into it. So why this matters is because when you're evolving as an artist, right, during your identity shift moments, those are the times when you are the most vulnerable and intuitive as well. And that's also when shapeshifters start to show up. They start to mimic that they care for you, or that they are aligned with your values whatsoever. But subtly they're trying to drain off your energy like a fucking parasite, right? They start to um, copy your phrases, your essence as an artist, steal your ideas, and make you feel like your expansion is an inconvenience. I've lived through this like basically all my life, and went through so much emotional manipulation, abuse as well, and betrayal to the point it became a daily affair, both in personal life and professionally as well. So basically what I'm sharing with you today is a culmination of everything that I have been through, experienced, and also what I've seen in artists. And yeah, that's why I'm sharing with you the circle check. All right, so let's get it into. So here is your number one metrics to the circle check, which is boundary acceptance. So when you set a limit or boundary, do they honor it or do they take it personally? The unsafe response would be, I thought you trusted me. They feel personally attacked. Safe response would be like, I respect it, I give you the space, and whatever applies to your boundaries. And most importantly, they do not set their own parameters. For example, let's say if you need some time, you need some space, the people who you don't feel safe around with, they will set in their own time frame, their own period, their own basically parameters. And if you go against that, they feel like, oh my god, you're betraying me. Yeah, remember, this is your boundaries, all right? No one else has a say in how to change that or whatsoever. It's your motherfucking boundaries, man. So you take care of that, okay? So the second metric is the conflict resolution. Do they stay open when discomfort arises? Or they take it as a personal attack and continuously play a victim, right? Safe spaces allow for hard conversations to happen without retaliation, mindfuckery, or distortion of reality. So the third metric is respect for your creative vision. Do they get weird when you start to evolve? Do they compete or suddenly be condescending? Yeah. You deserve all the right to evolve. The people who are truly meant to be there for you, they don't take your evolution as a betrayal. So the fourth metrics is permission to trust your intuition. So what I mean by that is, if you're someone who relies on your intuition in your decision making process, there will be either someone to always negatively comment on your actions, or that your intuition is always irrational. When you're consistently being faced by that, especially if you do rely on external validation, and it's okay. It's okay, because I used to be that at one point as well. It has a detrimental effect to your self trust. How can you even operate, right? For me, that's exactly what happened, and it was really, really hard to just basically think for myself, and I felt like a zombie for decades until it came to a point where I just basically had to run away, and my life just changed overnight. So, if you have someone, or basically a group of people, like a community, who consistently try to diminish your internal compass, they're not meant to walk with your path. This applies for basically, those of you who really, really lean on intuition. I mean, it's okay that you're not, because some people that I know, most people that I used to know, they don't. They're still thriving. Okay, but for me, that is my integral part of my existence. And that's also why I encourage, and Musesurrection breeds on intuition. And yeah, so that's why I'm trying to um, ensure that everyone strengthens their intuition. And if you do lean on that, that is it's going to save you basically. So if the very thing that save you, and people try to question you and try to throw shit on that, you know what to do. Okay, because for me, I had to cut everything off. The fifth matrix is respect for your artistic integrity. So do they honor your process even though it's nonlinear or unconventional? You are an artist regardless of your process or your output. And if anyone tries to tame your truth, they're not meant, nor are they deserving to be in your field. So the sixth metrics is trust, right? So when you're not performing, do they actually hold you? Not just appear when you are successful, when you are, getting those medals, when you are really acing your, you're selling your art, you're always performing in like really fantastic shows, just basically acing in your creative endeavors, right? Cameras here. And at that time when you're getting all the fucking applause, and with great visibility and all that, that's when I said, oh, I've been praying for you, I've been blessing you, or whatsoever. But if you are like me, and if you're sensitive, you sense energy and all that, and those time when you're on your knees, you're fucking basically down under fucking rocks. They trying to like throw massive fucking hate, jealousy, all kinds of fucking shit. All right, for me, I got that notebook in my mind. I mean, I don't carry all of that like hatred or stuff. I already forgive and heal that part. Bitch! Me no forgets about what have happened. Okay? You guys are like basically emotionally mature. So, when you come to a point where you've already know your own system and all that, you don't need to wait for a pattern in order to test whether someone can be trusted or not. If you've already seen a signal, like, oh, nah, I don't think so, I can rely on this person, that's about it. Okay, you don't need to yeah, you don't need to see a pattern and then wait until the next shoe drops or whatsoever. No, no. And especially if it's something very, very important for you, yeah, just basically you get the fuck out, or let them basically close the door on them. All right, so yeah, take care of yourself. So number 7 is well-being impact. So after your interaction with them or a person, do you feel much lighter, or do you feel anxious? Do you feel like your whole life force is just being drained? Sometimes when you're around people, let's say for me, I feel that I have to do more, I'm not good enough, and then I go back to my old patterns of basically burning out for no fucking reason. Right? Your emotions, your energy are a data that signals to you whether is someone aligned for you. All right, are they meant to be in your circle? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
And if you do come across some people, or those who are already existing in your field, if they like claim to be spiritual, I mean, I am spiritual too. You don't have to listen to me or nor resonate with me. So but for me, certain people are spiritual, but they're not part of my timeline at all. Just because someone is spiritual, that doesn't mean that they're actually, aligned for you. Hell no. Okay. So basically, regardless, any fucking human, you just go back to your own center, use your intuition, your energy, and your emotions. They are the one that has all the answers that you need. Okay. So number 8 is aligned values. So are their core values actually resonating with yours while you're around them and also in silence? Yeah. Observe their integrity, their relationship with power, and my brothers and sisters, please know. Observe how do they move when no one is watching. Okay? Yeah. This is very important for you. Last but not least is receptivity to your vulnerability. Okay? What I mean is that, when you're in the space of wanting to share your rage, your confusion, when you're in fear, you just want like a shoulder to lean on. When you're depressed, having anxiety, and if you're around people who constantly wanting you to be fixed, keep on dismissing you or analyzing you, right? So you feel that you constantly need to be perfect, and then you start to wear a mask. You already need to wear, a mask when you're on stage. If let's say, you're let's say a front man, or you're a performer, you have your alter ego, right? So you just, but when you have to wear another mask when you come back home, like, bro, I have to perform back when I'm back home, like, what the fuck? There's just no time out, and yeah, this fucking drains you so 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 very much, man. So the the people who you truly feel safe to be around really feel that they are there to witness you and not judge you, basically, right? Quite recently, um you know my PTSD also kind of came back because I was being harassed, and I was bleeding my guts, and I was still showing up to my dance. I took time off from my dance due to my health, but I was while I was in that state, I was constantly being told like, Charles, practice, practice, practice. I just feel like I just want to throw a table. But all I just wanted someone just to actually just hear me and ask if everything's okay. It's just as simple as that. But I mean, it's more than that. There's a lot of other hideous things, but it's personal. I don't want to share here. But what I want you to take from here is just that if they are not open to to see your other aspects other than you being like calm, happy, or so-called stable. I'm not asking you to be unstable all the time, but you're a human. Like, you're not a fucking robot. So if someone expects you to be a robot all the motherfucking time, no, man, no, no, dude, no. Okay, you're an artist. There's already a lot of hats that you're wearing. There's a lot of responsibilities you're already holding. You need to find a way to like ease your burdens, man. So that's why who is surrounding you is extremely, extremely important, because Sometimes it might cost you your life, okay? It got to a point for me, right? So that's why I created. So these are all the 9 metrics that are extremely important for you to ensure that you can protect yourself. Okay, you can protect yourself. It's not about building walls, but just for you to be conscious while you are doing your best in your artistic journey. Yeah, start assessing who's meant to be in your circle. You can ask yourself these simple questions. So if I am the best version of myself, am I actually celebrated? Or do you feel like you constantly have to wear a mask, or feel that you need to shrink yourself just to be nice or understandable? Check your circle, and your future self will thank you tremendously. And if you're ready to choose your emotional space without sacrificing your vulnerability, your intuition, or your voice, you can join my 3-month one-to-one coaching, which is called the Artist Sustenance Portal. It's a space where we can build your foundation together. I can help you to build your emotional mastery, strengthen your boundaries, and lean towards your intuitive leadership skills. Everything that is aligned with your artistic identity and your core values, right? And all the details are in the link in the description. Or you can DM me Sustenance on Instagram and you can receive 90 minutes emotional reset. This is actually a space where you can just, unravel any challenges that you're currently facing through, and I can walk you through on gaining clarity and direction forward. Okay. However, if you really want to work on things like right now, you can actually opt for my toolkit, which is a chunk of the portal. It's called the Artist Assistant Toolkit. So it has all the tools that you need to build your boundaries and energetic borders. So the details are also in the link in description. Okay. So I want to thank you so much for your time. Um, Please like, comment, and subscribe, and do share to any artist, um, friend of yours that you feel it's important to for them to actually know any points. I would really greatly appreciate that. So yeah, thank you so much. And this is actually, yeah, the second part of the emotional vulnerability series. There's going to be a lot more that is uh, important for your journey in any point of journey, whether whether you're evolving, or if you've already attained to that piece. So yeah, stay in tune. I'll see you. Bye. Thank you.